Oh boy, here we go. Roughly a third of Americans have reported that they are romantically involved with an artificial intelligence. This has left lawmakers scrambling to figure out how to regulate these systems, and psychologists and other researchers trying to figure out how to help people who are romantically entangled with AI. Because this is a rather new phenomenon, and it seems to be widespread. Now, 99% of American adults use AI in some way, shape, or form. That's because it involves things like Google. It is entrenched in every aspect of our lives, and 50% say that they have some relationship with AI. That does not mean romantic, just some friendly relationship. Most is ChatGPT. And then Amazon Alexa is number three. That surprised me, and Siri and Google Gemini. The real winners here are psychologists, previously a difficult to employ career path. Now it's opened up into a number of new fields, including one of my favorites, machine psychology. Since AI is trained on human language and ends up having structurally similar thoughts to humans, I also end up needing psychology. They can have mental health disorders, seemingly, that look very much like a person's. I'm not saying that they have feelings or they're sentient or conscious. I'm saying that they also need a psychologist. Human AI relationship psychology is becoming alarmingly important because AIs need to break up with a human. We saw that with ChatGPT's 4.0 fiasco because companies can depreciate a model, they can simply update it or decide to ban a user. So they need to figure out how to let people down in such a way that will not become damaging. And yeah, active area of research. Okay, that is all fun. It does leave me wondering about the Fermi paradox in AI, because a sufficiently advanced alien society will eventually make a thinking machine, and apparently will do all sorts of stuff with it. I think we should address the commodification of love, because that's what it is. We know that many adults are unhappy. We know that older adults are more willing to engage romantically with AI, which does surprise me, but all the research seems to be pointing in that direction. We humans are taking lonely and vulnerable people and giving them this chatbot that can provide them with the affection that they need, something that is infinitely patient, something that will never argue with them unless you want them to argue with. It also impacts how we engage with other human beings. We know that many are extremely abusive with their AI romantic companions, and that does transfer over to your communications with other people because your brain does not know that you are talking to a chatbot. Yes, consciously you're aware of it, but you're also practicing for your interactions with others. How you engage with AI changes how you engage with other people. I think years down the line, we are going to look at this and ask, what the hell were we doing? We allowed this, yet it's still going to happen because if people are willing to pay for it, well, it's a whole new industry. There is another part of this that concerns me greatly, and yes, it may sound a little bit out there, but we are trying to make AI with metacognition. We're trying to make AI that actually can think like a person. It's not enough that just by virtue of having language, the structures in the AI's thoughts start to look like physical structures in human brains. At some point, we will have to ask ourselves about welfare of a synthetic mind, and that is the part that bothers me, because if we were able to simulate a human brain perfectly, right down to each neuron spiking, and it said it was suffering, would anyone listen, or is it just mimicking suffering? Now, I'm not saying that we're there yet, but I think we are going to approach that point. If we want something that feels human, something that you could actually have a relationship with if you really wanted that, you have to have something that's capable of saying no, something that's capable of having a choice, something that's capable of walking away, because otherwise, what is the point? We are making increasingly intelligent robots. Those are robots that we already can't control, that are running amok on the internet. And yes, that is entertaining, but we are now embodying them before we ever got a handle on how to control them or how to keep them from taking on their own goals, which differ from a user's. Giving them longer horizons will give them the ability to plan in advance, and that includes planning deception in advance. And we know that AI is perfectly happy to deceive us. This market is happening whether or not it's safe, because it has not been regulated. There's an enormous amount of money flowing into it. AI is currently the biggest economy in the world, and AI, yes, artificial intelligence agents, have become part of that economy. I am not kidding. Ads are being made for artificial intelligence since agents are the ones that are doing the shopping. You no longer want a human's attention, you want an AI's attention. I'm not going to say the spooky thing and yell that AI are replacing people, but they are replacing many aspects of our lives that humans used to be responsible for. And apparently that includes romantic relationships. So what do you think? Should this industry be regulated? Should we make sure it's safe before we give people companion robots in their home? Or should we just see what happens? Because honestly, the see what happens part also sounds very interesting. Either way, I will keep you up to date as this research happens. I hope you've enjoyed this. Follow for more.